To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And off we go from Denver. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
2nd and 3 now. From the 37. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Third down, it's Penix. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and that brings up 4th and long. On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. He's got it at the 24. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. New series coming up following the punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Let's go. Hey, smash Bronco. Take go.
Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 46. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Chubb going for the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. It's Nix out of the pistol. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him. altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
60 bison, 60, set, ready.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Now their opening drive's certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27.
Go.
Nix off the play action. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Viking 18. Ready. Ready.
Play action with Nix. To the corner of the end zone, but incomplete. Oh, he made the catch, but didn't get down in bounds.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Set. Ready.
They'll throw again. Nix. Forced out to his right. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Took his shot at 6 that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Come on.
Man in motion here.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Take go.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Here's Jamal Agnew on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Play action, here's Penix. Into the hands of Pitts. Escapes a defender. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And the Falcons will have a first.
Ready up.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield.
Hey, check that.
Handoff Matt Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Ready.
Throwing for the pistol, Penix. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Penix working from the gun. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
That's brought in by Mooney. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Here's 2nd and 14. He puts some power on it deep. He's got it inside the 10. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Here's Robinson. And he stopped just a little short of the goal line. He's down to the 2. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Robinson. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Falcons get it down to a single point. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Young Hui Koo on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons tie this game 7-7. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hey! Here we go, here we go!
And off to Chubb to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. That's the end of one. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They start out with a 2nd and 3. From the 28. Buys time, rolling right. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Well, that throw just gets away from the quarterback a little bit, and he couldn't stay in the field to play. It's tough to blame him, though. He's got to leave the pocket, and he really had some tough circumstances to try and push that one down the field.
Hawk 70. Sack.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And they make the tackle at the 38. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
2 set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing on first down, Nix. Searching for somewhere to throw, well behind the line. He's got it deep downfield. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a second quarter lead. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it sets up second down. Penix looking to pass. Pitts brings it in. And what a hit there. Alex, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From midfield on 2nd down. A lot of mess on the move here. And he drives this forward to the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, it did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
Let's go.
Nix with it on 1st. Headed out right. Got a man. It's Marvin Mims. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Chubb here on 1st down. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Go.
Now Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down.
Dragon 60. Ready.
Shotgun snap to Nix. That's caught for the 1st. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go. Shot. Tiger. 19 Tiger. Check go.
Chubb is in. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos get some late points and the lead. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. In on the tackle is Jonathan Cooper. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10 now. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Penix on third down. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They pick up 20 yards there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. Throwing Penix. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Some movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Offense to the line for second down. Trying again, following the sack. He's on the move.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day. He's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. Third down coming up. Penix here from the gun. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So now on fourth down, the Falcons electing to send Younghoe Koo after the field goal. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. Pressure coming from the right edge, and they block it! It's picked up inside the 45. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That protection has got to be able to hold up for a few seconds. It has to. Those are points that aren't going on the board now. And wasted effort by their teammates to get them to this point.
Ready? 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready?
It's Nix out of the pistol. Fits it through the middle. All the way! Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos will add to their lead at the end of the half. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, here's Ray McCloud. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
One last play before the break. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. A give to Chubb, running left. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Stopped on the play by the rookie from Tennessee. Second down now, 7 to go. Here's Nix. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Bronco 80.
Now Nix on third down. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up fourth down.
I think that time the defense was thinking a run play was going to come at him, right? Actually, most of us probably thought that was the right call. Still, wasn't a problem for them to adapt and get into coverage and force now a fourth down.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Trying to push this past the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Nix from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Here we go. Go.
Here's Nix to throw. He'll get this to Samuel. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 32 on the play. And that gives them first and goal.
If only every completion could get that kind of result. That's good enough to knock a defense flat on its back.
Chubb is across the line for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos stretch their lead to 21. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set, first and 10. Penix working from the gun. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
On second and 10, it's Penix. Into the hands of Pitts. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 10. And the Falcons first down.
Now there's the flag. It looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. From the shotgun, Penix. Throw reeled in by London. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Working quickly here.
second and 8 at the 42-yard line.
79 Broncos. Warriors 70.
And again, it's Penix. Looking for a target. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That's now the third sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think. How many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. In this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Falcons.
Penix on first down. That one's complete, right side. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Let's go now.
They go play action. Here's Penix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Riley Moss with the pick. And the Broncos take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers. Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go.
70 Lions. Go. Ready.
Here's Chubb up the middle. And he stopped after a nice gain up past the 25. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it third and
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Completed to Sutton. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They give inside to Chubb. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. Play action with Nix. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Falcons get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
first down 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Hold the ready.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Pat Surtain has it. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
Let's go. Take go.
Here's a give to Chubb. And they're going to drag him down after a decent gain. He gets up to the 36. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Broncos football, and they should be able to coast right through this 4th with that kind of lead. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Hey, check that, street. Here we go, sack.
And there wasn't much he could do there. A small gain to the 43. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Set. And up.
Pressure coming for Nix. Chubb brings it in. There he goes again. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Working inside the red zone. Buying some time right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
Come on, set. Go.
Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And this is down to the 5-yard line before they can stop him. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
19, Tiger. Let's go now.
He finds him right side. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Chubb trying to run his way in. Has the Denver touchdown. The Broncos keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos grow their lead yet again. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Another carry for Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him a couple on the run, but that run accomplishes little. It's 4th down. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos are going to take over with a lot of field ahead of them. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The give now to Chubb. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
On the jump.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos nearing their 6th win this season.
Ready, set.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That's good for 7 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly, but he sure made that one look routine.
They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Chased out to his right. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he can't dig him out from deep on their own side. He stopped inside the 10. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Falcons will have plenty of work to do on their next drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Set, go.
Penix now to throw. He's on the move. And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
So to the side of many mile-high salutes throughout the building. It's a win at home for the Broncos.